This week I spent some time exploring some course management systems. But before I really get into that, I kind of want to talk about where I'm coming from based on technology in my classroom. One of the very first places I started using technology in my classroom was through a web page. I've now had a web page for about 5 or 6 years. And the class web page that we've got has become very useful to parents and students. In particular, they can contact me, they can link to our wiki, they can go to different links that I provide for them, and these can differ from day to day, but they involve games that we play, math resources, and all kinds of other things, including the textbook. The online textbook is available to the kids at home, and they can get online and use that. As a matter of fact, since the books are so heavy, we actually instructed the kids at the beginning of the year to take their books home because we'll use the online book at school with the laptops whenever we need it. Another thing the kids can use is their individual class pages. And on these pages it tells them all the assignments for the unit that we're working on. And it'll tell them what the day is or what the homework is during that day. They can again link to the class wiki, or they can go to class documents. And if they need to, they can download things that they might need for their assignments. The second area where I've kind of made inroads with technology would be a class wiki or blogs. And last year I initiated wikis because of Walden and the things that I was learning through my graduate courses. And I had used wiki spaces at the time. This year my school district has implemented their own class wiki, and this is home pages, and it's based through School Center. And on this wiki we have had things where kids have done writing prompts or posted their writing or different things that they've made, and they're able to comment and converse about the wiki to each other. The latest way that I've really implemented technology in a really strong way is through a podcast. And in podcasting, I'm using a podcast capture program through Apple, which connects with Apple servers. It's involved with the OS system, OS 10, Snow Leopard, and it enables me to very, very easily record using my document camera or other means. Mostly I've worked with the document camera and really worked on presenting example problems to my students. The page that includes the podcast now has close to 50 different podcasts that I've developed for kids over the past few weeks. I want to take a look at this one right now. I'm going to go ahead and solve this inequality and graph it. I have x divided by 4, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with all the other equations, except this is an inequality. I'm going to multiply because it's the inverse operation, and I'm going to multiply by the same number. The number doesn't change, the operation does. Multiply both sides by -4. I'll cancel and I'll rewrite. Now I just changed the sign of this side because this was negative before, and now that it's canceled, it's become positive. And this side was positive before, and it's become negative. So as I write this down below, I'm going to invert the inequality sign so that it now says x is less than -8. Now, as you can see through this podcast, I just relayed a really important concept to the kids regarding positive and negative numbers and inequality signs. And a lot of kids don't really understand this right up front. And the fact that I'm able to podcast to them and show them exactly how to do this, the kids can stop, they can pause the podcast at any point they wish, and possibly even go back and watch things again so that they can go slower. A lot of times I use these podcasts in class, but as we run hit counters on the server at school, we're seeing that a lot of people are hitting these between the hours of 4 and 7 o'clock at night. So either parents are looking at them or kids are looking at them, but it's given us a great inroad into some valuable teaching time that we otherwise may not have gotten. My previous approach to technology was really very convoluted. Students might need to go to the website first to find out what the assignment was for the day or to download documents that they wanted. They might need to go to the wiki or the blog to read specific instructions or to interact with their cohorts. They might need some remedial instruction from the webcast. But what I found this week is that course management systems such as Easy Campus or Moodle bring everything all together. This week I mostly explored Moodle. I chose to do that one because I was familiar with it, but I also decided to go ahead and explore Easy Campus by Educadium because I wasn't familiar with it and I kind of wanted to look into it. One of the greatest benefits of CMS is that it provides a walled garden. It allows us to limit where the kids can go and also limit who can see what the kids are doing.
In just a few minutes, you can have your own school. We call it a campus. You control how it works and who.
Something that's really important to me is that I always want my work to look really good for my kids. I think that when kids see teachers produce items that are highly professional looking, it expresses a great level of expectation as to what we would like in return from our students. It's really great that CMS allows us to customize our documents and our pages to fit our teaching style.
Choose your own web address, colors, layout, logo, even the language.
The greatest benefit I see from CMS for teachers nowadays is that it becomes basically a repository for everything that happens inside and outside of the classroom. All media files, all documents, all communications, reteaching, all kinds of things can go within one location so that kids can access it when they need it and how they need it.
Customize your campus with text, audio, video, RSS feeds, and more. Inside this powerful platform, you can create different kinds of courses, instructor-led, self-paced, or live webinars. And there's a course wizard to help you get started.
CMS is a resource for teachers, and it enables us to spend a greater deal of time creating things rather than creating the infrastructure by which to present those items to our kids. It allows us to create awesome presentations or spend our time teaching and truly interacting with the kids to gain a higher educational experience. Learning in today's society is highly accessible. Teachers need to use resources like CMS in order to reach kids in ways that have never been possible before. Through the infrastructures established by classroom management systems, teachers are able to systematically reinforce instruction through multi-sensory engagement. As students enter virtual classrooms, teachers provide rich experiences through which exceptional and valid learning may take place.